Say, it seems like you putting up a lot of excuses to come down and play me in the head-to-head game, man. Why you dipping away from that question, man? You just said you dipping away from that question. I'm gonna let you have it, fam. You got it. Let me see. I got it up, Mo. Oh, wait, wait. Yeah, I ain't know he's gonna knock that nigga out that quick. That shit was crazy. He knocked him the fuck out. Let me go see the day simulate the week. You talking about King Kong? Nah, they did simulate the week. I got the Bengals. The Bengals on? The Bengals on. I'll play the Bengals right now. Yeah, ain't nobody on the Bengals. Are that? Are that get money y'all nigga on the Tennessee? Well, he wanted the Packers because Aaron Jones faster than Melvin Gordon. Nah, you know what it is. He can't do that stretch run with that over the line they got. They over the line. They over the line horrible. The Packers got some. They got some pieces on the over the line. They still got Brian Balaga. They still got their left tackle. But the thing is, did he do any trades to trade any his people to that team? If he did some cheating shit like traded his players before he switched. Fuck it, I'm gonna play the head to head. 2-0 on that. Mm, I don't know. That's his name. Smith just don't want to come in here no more. It's over for that. Who should I start? See him on. That's the one thing about Xavier Howard. His man coverage suck. It's only an 83. Ty Lawson. I play a lot of his own. How much is Lane Johnson going for? I might give me another right tackle. You mean Marcus Peters? Fucking Blade Xavier. That one motherfucker was treating him like he was Darius Slay. Keep on tackling him. Shit, Lane Johnson. How much you going for? I'm done. Lane was a 986. So you go. So that didn't give me let's say like probably like 107, 105. If I get rid of Lane. What I can get with that? Nobody. I probably. Who the best one to get though? If I do, sheesh. The other right tackles fucking suck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rock out with Lane. Tell him I'm about to just start holding my coins up. Wait to get that right tackle. Oh no. That's how you feeling? I'm just saying the Moors ain't fucking with me. Last time I played them, man, it looked ugly. Oh yeah, damn! I made you change the name of your team. My bad, bro. My bad, bro.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
I'm about to give Bo back his ability and probably activate it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the run, watch the run. Good stop, baby. That's a baby stop.
Check 4, check 3, check 3. Check 90.
The first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
What you got, Heavy?
Put the house on there.
Alert 3.
And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints 13. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. After the run, Luck going to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Switch.
Check 52. 11B. Hey, orbit.
Here's Luck. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
11. On.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day.
Check. Lay. Zoom. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 12.
Watch the run.
Mike 50.
Silver.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. The quick slant caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
I get to kill a lot of clock on this one.
Check out. 90.
Alert flare. Shit.
Hey, check. Hey, wahoo.
Mike's 50.
Wait for that.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer out him again.
2nd and goal from the 1. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Check 24. Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That shit did not work.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
12.
4 down.
Here we go on 4th. Luck. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
This fielded at the 2.
Good job.
And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
That's the Arizona playbook.
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Come on, set. Let's get. Use the mic. Okay. Getting some penetration.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch tight, watch tight. 61. Let's box. Right, 40. Alert. Slam, slam, slam. My 52. I got you. I got you.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Evan Ingram, 40 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point try, good by Gano. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we are tied at 7. Fielded about a yard deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll fake it. Now Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Show me that. Quo. 3 on 3. Motion.
Hey, seam 6.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he fires one, but incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They're going to go for it here on 4th. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there.
You can't block me. Back.
Bravo.
11.
They're going to go. It's Locke. And he connects with Ertz. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Quo.
Here we go. 50.
Hey, exit.
50.
They're not ready for this, man.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Go.
50, Mike, 50.
On first down, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Hey, Charlie!
Throwing on second and long. Luck. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the... And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 62-yard punt return. And the Saints have taken the lead. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it. Spark for his team.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
He's going to take it a half.
Lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
But haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Jam, 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 jam.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Holt. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
675. Shift, shift. 11 feet. Here we go. Check him out. Check the call. Check the call. Mike, go. Exit, exit. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. 11. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Mike 50. Mike 50. Mike, watch the pass. Smooth. Here we go.
Luck on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Whoa. Hey, Foxtrot. Mike's 50. Defense wins championships, baby.
Now it's Luck. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Where's Zacharias at?
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
You ain't got nothing.
Oh, you playing there too. You don't mess with Zacharias.
Hey, Mike 7. Mike 50, Mike 50. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch twist, watch twist, watch.
Just beating the play clock is Locke. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Please play man.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Tight end right. Come on. You got three down. Hey, check Mike 33. Buzz. Mike check 33.
The final shot before the break. Locke into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by an American hero, Pat Tillman. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Now Johnson, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. You must be dreaming. Check 50. Check 50. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Kill.
They go to Johnson again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Crash. Hatchet. Watch the safety creep. Watch out. Check 9.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. All right, CD, let's look ahead to Week 12, the week before Thanksgiving. Hard to believe some big games. It started Thursday night, Colts-Texans, to decide who would go ahead in that division, but also Seahawks-Eagles, a game that you're going to be doing. That's a big one.
It's a monster one, and if you look at the Eagles' record, you would think they absolutely have to have it. But in the NFC East, even a loss doesn't eliminate them. But if they win, they can be neck and neck with Dallas. With Seattle, they're trying to keep pace and stay right on the heels of San Francisco in the NFC West. How about Dallas at New England? That's a big-time game. The Cowboys trying to maintain their lead in the NFC East. New England just one loss. And Green Bay at San Francisco. That game got flexed to Sunday night. And deserved to be. That could be one of the better ones we'll see this year.
Yeah, that's a trio of games that is very, very strong this weekend. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First down and goal to go.
So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run it with Johnson. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Gano now, following the touchdown, here to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
I just had to let you know.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, on. Check. Go ahead. 11B.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted.
Yeah, he got it.
Picked on.
I'm about to play regular head-to-head. I'm not sure. This is what I do in regular head-to-head. Give me the look. I'll take that one off on there. Where the fuck that shit at? You know, they probably fuck my Russ up. 81. I ain't put him up 1 to 85. His speed's still the same. Pretty good tackles, alright. Now they put Engold up a little bit. But he got his run blocking. His run blocker should be, I'd say, at least in the 70s. Keelan Dawson, get the fuck out of here. Say, my son Eggman, where you got his hands? Damn, they got his hands at 93 now? Okay. Fuck out of here, Keelan Dawson. Speed is still there. Alright. They gotta force him to roll hands. That's just a 93. They could. They bullshit on his rating. He should be better. He should be better. Gabe just came back, so I ain't nothing about him. I ain't put on Matt Crosby yet. Fuck
You was real, man. You put your cognito on the bench, man.
Who got better? No, they got Cleveland with the better strength right now. It's coming. This is where it gets shaky at. Fucking linebackers. Oh. I'll put Will Compton in. Fuck them, man. Oh, they got him injured. Get the fuck out of here. Put this motherfucker still in the game, man. Fuck that.
You trying to play Montez, man? Yeah, that nigga slow as hell. Yeah, damn. You might want to leave that nigga on the bench. He ain't stopping nothing.
Fuvantes.
That nigga slow as a bitch.
I ain't gonna hold you. I might do put Morrow back in just because he had the speed. Fuck Fuvantes. This would get shaky at too. Whoa.
The defensive tackles that's faster than him. Like, for real. Damn, that nigga suck.
Fuck it, man. I'm about to rock with this.
Them niggas suck, man. You better off picking the Lions, man.
We suck, but we got a better record than the Lions, right? Fuck out of here.
Come on, Madden.
Fuck out of here. You ain't beat me with no Lions when I got the Raiders.
I probably beat your back in with the Lions.
You ain't beat me with the Lions when I got the Raiders. Ain't nobody, only lost one time with the Raiders. It don't matter who I play.
You better lose like that. Just like I called that last game.
Right. Damn, they got everybody injured. I hope they still be able to play.
I swear a job like him. Oh, he must have went down though. He was like a 76.
Where the fuck he at? My boy at. DJ. I'm about to put him in a box. Travis Davis. My fastest. Tyrell said. I'll leave that. I got Daniel Carlson doing kickoffs. What the fuck? I don't know who the fuck that is, but alright. That must be our long snubber. Right, right. I'll leave it as it is. Sub linebacker. My boy at. Damn, I can't put him in a game. Oh, here you go. Get out of here, Will. If I can't put him in, I'm gonna put DJ right there. Slot corner. Got LaMarcus Joyner as my slot corner. Man, yeah, that's what I need to do. I'm about to put him at cornerback, even though he's 88 speed, but shit. Nixon, you about to get out of here. You know what? Nah. I'll leave him right there, though. LaMarcus Joyner. I'll leave him there. Fuck it. And Derek Carr to go. I'm about to switch my playbook. I'm gonna use Oakland playbook, but I ain't about to use this. No, I'm gonna try. Let me try the defensive playbook. I want to switch it up.
They got the Lions, man. You might as well just quit as soon as the game starts.
Let's switch up my playbook. Oh no no no! Fuck! I just remember they got the. Let me ask you a question, Jay. How did the Lions tie in the first game of the season?
You said what?
How did the Lions tie in the first game of the season? Who the fuck have a tie in an NFL game?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago. Gold made their way out of the historic to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Ain't no way. He's the mic. Hey, that QB's trapped.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
Come on,
and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Just like that.
I can't move him. All right.
Throwing his car on third down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Tramon Williams, a veteran corner there on the stop. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, echo. Check. Mike 50, Mike.
Raider 9. Oh, here we go.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Okay, I got my other.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short. 3rd and 1.
Hey, 88. Check 30. Box it. They can't hang with us.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A safety with a sack there, LaMarcus Joyner.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
We got
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Benson Mayowa. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
Down. 280. Later one.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Keep playing. Later 2. Express. 637. Let's get it. Hey, Alpha. Max 50.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game.
It's quiet as hell now, huh?
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Are you
throwing that shit? Okay, so yeah, I might switch my playbook to this shit. I could put 2 safeties in a box.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones.
Why would they make me do that?
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. The linebacker, William Compton, in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
And they try to sweep to Jones. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
58.
He's tackled at the 20-yard line.
I see you, boy. I see you.
Brings up 3rd
You got tight.
and 5.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Right. Mike's 50. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Mike.
To throw is Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers open here is Allison. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's fourth. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in his first half of action. They'll run it with Jones. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The throw complete here to Williams. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. To throw his Carr. Finding Williams once more, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Monday, down. 180. Record. Express. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. Hey, Mike. Hey, 734. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. With that incompletion, I want to get your MVP thoughts. Lamar Jackson, he seems to be the leader right now, is he not?
I would agree with that, and his team is the hottest team in the league right now.
And then you've got, well, let's think of the others. Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Who else? Christian McCaffrey?
I would say Christian McCaffrey, although it's hard for a running back to win it. Don't forget Michael Thomas with the Saints continued to have big numbers even while Drew Brees was out. But also, if Patrick Mahomes gets hot and the Chiefs run off a string, he's a defending NFL MVP.
But think about this. If Lamar Jackson does win the MVP, he'll be the first 22-year-old to do it since Jim Brown. Carr completes it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Carr now on first down. Caught by Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Carr now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Hey, Zoo.
Again, it's Carr. And he's got it. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 3 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, It almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
He quit. Yeah, he got out of there. It's more regular than shit. I gotta re-download the Blackout again. It was another update where I delete something. The Call of Duty shit. I ain't even checked the. I gotta check that shit out. I'm on 85. I ain't play a lot of. I'm about to start getting on just playing the ranked games. The other shit it's too unrealistic.
Play tomorrow today.
You got the Jets.
Oh, Jets.
I can watch that game on TV. They don't be using Le'Veon. What's the name? Carwell be getting most of the yards.
The Jets don't play tomorrow. That's
They're just dirty though. They did Colecchio Assembly dirty. Like they trying to make him play when he went to like the doctor. The judge said like he could play, but like he went to a doctor that's outside of the judge talking about he need to have surgery. Just trying to make him play. He said no, he ain't playing. So they released his ass. That's crazy. And do Colecchi like that?
shit. Both our tackles out. Jason Peters and Lane Johnson. Shit, Frank Clark. He gonna have a hell of a game tomorrow. Especially if he go against Vata. I don't know what happened to Vata. Vata fucking sucked.
Oh, y'all playing the Packers?
I'm playing Seattle.